Hi everyone, I'm Marion Mason, psychology professor at Bloomsburg University in central Pennsylvania. I've been teaching psychology courses for 16 years and I love technology in the classroom. I'm here to talk to you about why I'm switching from Psych Portal with Worth and David Meyer's book to Cicerelli and my psych lab. Before I get started, let me give you a little bit of my context. I teach a mass lecture class, 250 students, lecture 3 times a week. I only have TAs to help me proctor exams, so there's no discussion sections. I rely very much on the digital media for students in terms of study guides and helps in that way. I utilize Blackboard, and so I'm looking for features in my psych lab that are similar to Blackboard. So that gives you a sense of my context and where I am. Also, I haven't seen the new Cicerelli yet, so I have to be upfront about that. So thinking about why I'm switching, it really came down to 4 things that I'm going to call the 4 C's. And the first C is content. Obviously, you need a good book, and Cicerelli is a very good book. One of the things I enjoyed about it is the learning objectives that are very straightforward. I liked the multiple choice questions in the book, and I particularly like icons that direct students when they're looking at the print book to go over to the digital media and explore things there. Personally, I would rather have an ebook stand alone by itself. But knowing that students are probably going to get the print book, I like that interchange, that they can see the icons and they can see what they're missing and that they really need to go check out this digital media. So content is the first C. The second C that's really important to me is communication. If I'm trusting my reputation, my classroom, and above all my students' grades to digital media, I want services that work. And if I'm trusting, I want someone I can call. I want someone I can talk to. So as a rep, you are one of the most important people in terms of building trust with me as the user, that I'm willing to gamble my students' grades that this service is going to work. Using Psych Portal with Worth, the server crashed. No one seemed to know why. It was 3 days before an exam. I was in total panic. There were times I needed tech support with iClicker. I couldn't find it. There were times they used Angel software and they used Angel tech support who didn't always know about Psych Portal, and that was a problem. I want good communication. I want someone I can call. I want a discussion board, frequently asked questions. I want places I can go. I want email alerts when a server is going to be down, when there's maintenance. And I'm trusting Pearson that you're going to be very good with communication. The third thing is clicks. In my ideal world, 2 clicks to anywhere. I know you can't always do that, but I want to get away from a lot of embedding. One of the things that irritated me in Psych Portal was that when you were in Meyer's ebook, all of the demonstrations, simulations, videos, all those things were simply labeled Tutorial 1.1, Tutorial 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. The students weren't intrigued by those names. As a professor, I was afraid they would change from semester to semester, so I ended up going through and clicking on every single thing to make sure it was the thing that I wanted. Now, I could get to those things with their labels, but that took a lot of clicking and a lot of going down into layers to actually find those things. So I'm looking for fewer clicks. I'm looking for less embedding. I'm looking for a really good help directory. Again, frequently asked questions, those keywords. I know it's easier said than done, but the more you can put into those help functions, the happier the user is going to be. And then the last one. This was the thing that really sold me. This was my biggest frustration with Psych Portal, and the reason I started looking elsewhere, and the reason I landed with my Psych Lab, and that is customization. Not only do I want to pick and choose chapters if something happens in a semester that we have a lot of snow days and I need to cut. Not only do I want to do that, but I'd also like to customize within chapters. Many times I don't assign everything in every chapter, and it would break my heart when a student would come up to me who's trying his or her hardest and would say, Dr. Mason, I did the quizzes and I keep doing them and I get 60% right. And the truth is that 60% they're getting right might be the 60% that I want them to know for the test. And so if I can customize quizzes, quiz questions, I can customize flashcards, the easier that process is for me, and it seems it's going to be much easier in my psych lab than it was in Psych Portal, the happier I am going to be. That I can look at a student and say, if you can master these quizzes, you're going to do just fine on the test. So to sum up, the things that I'm looking forward to in my psych lab that I know I'm going to find great content. I'm going to get great communication, particularly from my rep, my first line of defense. Few clicks as possible, things well labeled, things easy to find, and that customization that I'm looking for. So thanks, Karen, for inviting me. This is my first YouTube video. Thanks for pushing me out of my comfort zone. And thanks again for the opportunity. If I can help any of you at any time, let me know.